think he must be a bit still like not feeling that confident in front, because that was the easiest chance a striker can get. You don't have to beat anyone. There was no one in the goal, and but if he wants to be a great player, if he wants, he's still young. He has to learn all these things. Strikers do miss goals, but you have to carry on yourself. You have to tell you need just one chance to score.
Corner in the meanwhile for Nepal once again. Easy peasy for Gurpreet. No problems with the high balls. I wonder if Nepal have incorporated this into their strategy, and maybe grounded shots could test him a little more than these balls.
I'm very surprised, as you rightly pointed out. There are no short corners also. Like all these high balls, I think like when you have 6'4" goalkeeper, it's not be easy, and that too when your plus point is not your height. I think it's very strange and talking point. I'm sure when Nepalese coaching staff will go back and see these highlights of the match, and when their analysts will check the match, they will point out these things to coach.
It's not easy to, it's not very difficult to figure out if the goalkeeper is tall or not. He is the tallest man on the pitch by some distance, is Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Steve Gosnine, hands in pockets, no real problems whatsoever, although his eyes and his mind will slowly be drifting towards that game on Tuesday against the Kyrgyz Republic, where India play their second game in the third round of the AFC Cup qualifying. Meanwhile, Rafi,
beautiful finish, JJ in fact, with a beautiful finish, just guiding the ball into the back of the net. A superb cross, and given the result it so deserved. JJ with another goal at the Mumbai Football Arena. It's 2-0 to India versus Nepal.
Well, we were talking about Rafiq. You see what a fantastic run by him and creating that chance, and with that low cross, JJ ever so ready for those kind of crosses, inviting cross and making no mistake placing it for the right corner of the goal. You see, great play by Rafiq and wonderful ball. JJ always ready for, and he wants those kind of balls, and so easy for JJ.
That was number 13, it was number 12, wasn't it? Well guided, once again, just knows where the back of the net is, this man. Sounds easy, these adjectives, these accolades that come JJ Lal Peklua's way, but he's worked hard towards it. And that 2016 year he had also brought about a lot of expectations, but to constantly deliver when those expectations rise is something that Sunil Chhetri can teach you a thing or two about, and maybe this man is just beginning to follow exactly in that same path. Meanwhile, there's another substitution. Hemant Magar and Rohit Chand have interchanged.
We have seen two perfect football goals in today's match coming, and incidentally both the goals coming from the right side of the pitch. And we were earlier talking about India has to get balls to the wings and try to cross. You see, these crosses are always dangerous, and whenever they did, they got something, and now they got 2 goals from the 2 crosses.
And that's given a cushion to India, particularly when efforts like these Gurpreet Singh Sandhu's way. This time punched away without much discomfort. Good effort once again. Nepal took a slight deflection and made life a little easier for the Punjabi boy. 6 shots on goal for India, 10 in total in this game. Again, easy for Gurpreet. This is something that should worry Nepal, that they haven't spotted this.
It's strange, we have spotted it, and Nepalese coaching staff have not spotted it yet. See, every time these balls, I think it's a good practice for Gurpreet also.
Yeah, some nice little stretching here ahead of next Tuesday's encounter. Doesn't even have to travel too far, just Mumbai to Bangalore, isn't it? But we'll be here on the Star Network and Hotstar, bringing that game to you when India play their second round of the second game of the third round of AFC Cup qualifying. They won the first game against Myanmar with late heroics from Chetri, but what about these heroics? Lovely little assist from Rafiq, inch perfect ball, guided beautifully as he so often does. JJ Lalpegua once again on the score sheet when India are winning. And they're not very different, are they? India wins, JJ scores, India win. They're almost hand in hand these days. And you can say the same about Sunil, who's not here today. Jingan's gone down. Medical staff just looking with a little bit of anxiety towards him. I was wondering if they required any at all. Don't know if it's a blow or just a cramp, but there's a replacement ready for him, and that's Arnab Mandal, whose position he's effectively taken, or rather Anas has.
Well, it's good to see him running back again. I think it's a very wise decision to give him rest. He's so important for India. You know, Arnab Mandal coming back. Arnab Mandal have been earlier very regular in this national team, and so this match won't be, he's not stranger to these kind of matches. He was a regular member of Indian national team, but Anas and Sandesh Jingan have been performing really well. So I feel it's really good headache for coach to pick up, the best players, out of these three players in defense. I think it's a healthy competition for the team also.
Yeah, that was his goal at the hour mark, Sandesh Jingan. If he's been good in defense, he was even better with that effort. JJ's assist, not to forget, and a goal to top that effort. So goal and an assist for the number 12 for India. And once again, another perfect day in Mumbai for him. Still 8 minutes to go, roughly around that.
Mumbai is proving a lucky ground for India.
Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't quite lucky for Kerala Blasters though, Ishfaq, but I will not go there.
I think I don't need to remind you also who was playing the final.
That's the sort of response you need, don't you? Arnab Mandal has also been out of 2 ISL finals, and he's playing now for this team, along with Anas Thorika now in the centre of that defence, with Sandesh having gone out, who was also a part of those 2 finals. Disappointingly, with the runners-up medal unfortunately on both the nights, but what about the atmosphere? It just shows how football's just shaping up in this country now, and especially with India doing well, it only bodes well for the future.
You can see the Sunil Chetri and Danta on screen look very relaxed and very happy, rightly so. Everybody in this stadium is happy. I think they are 3 Bangalore mates, they definitely have a lot to talk about things. They have been spending a lot of time with each other in Bangalore, in national team. It's always fantastic to see, it's always kind of family. It makes, when you are with players who are playing in club and with national team with also, it's great feeling.
What about the depth in the squad as well? I mean, you've seen Satya Sen Singh come on, Jackie's gone out, Nazri, Vikas Jairu, so much pace on the wings and experience as well. And this is what those debuts have done under Stephen Constantine, because all these guys have now got experience of playing for India, not just playing for their clubs.
Well, it's a very good headache for national team coach, because there is one more match coming up next week, and which is very important, and some of the youngsters giving really good account to themselves, playing really good football. It's going to be very interesting what lineup we will see in next match.
Yeah, indeed, that's a great thought, Ishfaq, because it'll be interesting to see with the number of changes Stevens made in this game, what is his best 11. Sunil Chetri did say in an interview recently to a friend and colleague of mine that Stephen Constantine was looking for his best 14. And he might have given debuts to more than 30 people. What he's done as a result is he's got youngsters who are not overawed by the occasion when they play in India colours.
It's very important to keep that reserve side also ready and giving them chance here, and like getting that nervousness out of them, for their debut. It's going to be very interesting, like future of Indian football. Like you can see some of the youngsters coming in and doing really good, and there are seniors who also have been doing really good. So I think great future ahead for Indian football.
And one of them is just charged forward in that number 13 jersey for India. Daniel looking for partners. Satya comes for help. Crosses it in. JJ is there. Chance for JJ. Another good save. This time slightly more comfortable than the first one he made at the beginning of this half. But a good performance tonight by Kiran Limba. One of the very few positives.
It always so happens when there is like a team who is dominating and goalkeeper come up with like his best performance. See, no difference over here. Nepalese goalkeeper is having a really good game.
Yeah, that red cards affected them going into the last 5 minutes or so. JJ is just helping himself to a sip or two of water. Preetham's doing the same. It is hot and humid. It's understandable. It is Mumbai. Bengaluru, though, will be a little different, cooler as well.
I think yes, it's going to be a bit cooler over there. But the important thing is, I was talking to Constantine before match. He's expecting some good crowd there. Those West Blues, the West Stand Blues for Bengaluru, he is expecting them to come for cheer one more blue team. So I think it's going to be like a good venue. It's going to be a great atmosphere there, and we are hoping a good crowd over there also.
Yeah, Sunil, Eugene, Sandesh, Jingan, plenty of Bengaluru boys that likely to be in that first 11, of course. Daniel, the most forward player at the moment. JJ is just tracked back a little.
There is a famous quote in Kerala Blasters where we always say, let the 12th man give you wings. So we hope a good crowd in Bengaluru also, and those fans be the 12th man for national team.
Big words there, and completely agree, sir. Kochi set a standard in the ISL, and Bengaluru are never far behind. Daniel is never far behind either, but just stolen away from him as he was looking to release that shot in the direction of the Nepalese goal.
Great play by Lingdo. You see, beating a couple of players and then picking Daniel, but Daniel couldn't sort out his feet and ball got stuck a little bit. Little unfortunate over there, but again a great move by Lingdo.
You got to admire the anticipation from Daniel every single time. That's not really the problem in his game. It's possibly the finishing that he'll look to work on. And with the experience of Sunil and JJ in the ranks, it's something that he doesn't need to look too far away for.
You are bang on. I think he needs to improve his finishing, and this guy has everything. Like he can hold the ball. He has good skills and very calm. I think maybe it's this time the confidence. Once he will get that confidence, he will score goals.
Another cross, great flick on. Well cleared. Many questions have been asked of the Nepalese defence. We're talking about the few positives for Nepal. Their defence certainly has held their own for most parts of this game. Of course, their captain got sent off, but had no choice but to either clear the ball or end up fouling the player there on that occasion. It was disappointing. It was a last-ditch effort.
Well, we're talking about earlier about the Indian strikers. I think we have to learn to kill off these games also, and this is the one of the game where we have to be professional and clinical. Whenever these chances, we have to finish these games. We are playing with one man extra, creating chance, and we have to score more goals.
All right, 4 minutes to go in this game. Well, that's what Tejas Nagwinkar has just showed us, the touchline. The fourth official on the night. 2-0 to India, looks pretty comfortable. It was 2-0 when Sunil Chhetri scored a brace and essentially knocked the stuffing out of Nepal as far as their World Cup qualification was concerned a couple of years ago. Beautifully turned there by Satyasen Singh. Jairu's there, the flick on. JJ and then Daniel, and not directed well enough, and that is exactly what we've been talking about.
That's where he has to show more composure. It was a great chance for him, like rather than going for a volley, he could have side-footed it, the side corner over there. See the JJ, when he got a cross, he didn't try to blast it, he just calmly guided it to the corner, and that's what he has to learn.
Their sixth consecutive win. Not far away now, India. If you don't count the unofficial friendly versus Bhutan, could extend that unbeaten streak against Nepal to 6 as well. And on the 6th of June.
Well, we always believe this winning is a habit, and so far it looks Indian national team have made that habit. 6 out of 6 last 6 matches. And I think and I hope they will continue this, and there is one more match coming in next week, and they will take this momentum. It always helps players to have that psychological effect when you have those 6 wins under your belt.
Yeah, since that victory in the 2013 SAF Cup for Nepal against India, it's safe to say India have just managed to do enough against them, and sometimes a little more than enough when you take a look at the previous SAF Cup encounter between the two sides when Lalansuala Changte was unleashed in Indian football.
Well, absolutely, scoring a couple of goals, and then Indian national team captain also getting 1 goal for him. I think we're talking about India's habit of winning now. See, we have developed the squad where their mentality have changed. You see the way they are playing. You see now producing Eugene Singh. You see his balls, his precise balls, and these youngsters. And see one of them, Vikas Jaru, working so hard, creating chances, and not only that, then falling back to help their defense also, which is very great to see. And you can see the team is. I met some of the players before the matches. They are happy, relaxed, and that is always one of the tasks of a coach, to keep team happy together, because that is very, very essential for a team.
All we can say is long may it continue. Not long to go, however, in this game, just short of 30 seconds. Pranjal Banerjee just casts an eye on his watch. Another good result here for India. Absolutely, as Ishfaq said, proving to be a lucky ground here, the Mumbai Football Arena. Oh, great effort. So close once again for JJ to score his brace. Positives for Nepal, possibly the work rate, particularly of the defense, that was constantly peppered. Well, the final whistle has come from Pranjal Banerjee. A goal at the hour mark from Sandesh Chingan finally broke the deadlock. And then, just in case there were any butterflies in the stomach or any nervousness or anxiety, this man who so often settles it, JJ Lal Pekrua, doubled the lead.
Well, great display of football by India. You see, we were talking about second half, and there were the goals. Those goals scored by India came from the free kicks, from the wing play, which we were talking about, and I think that is very encouraging for Indian national team. Like those making proper moves and scoring those goals.
After a disappointing loss to India, Pakistan look to bounce back and keep their hopes alive as they get ready to face the #1 ODI side, who are high on confidence after their big win against Sri Lanka. ICC Champions Trophy, Pakistan versus South Africa, tomorrow at 4:30 PM, live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
This broadcast is co-presented by Nissan, Airtel, Hero MotoCorp, Samsung QLED TV, and Oppo camera phone. In association with CrickBuzz.com, Cadbury Fuse, and MRF Tires. In partnership with Byju's.
धोनी
इतना बड़ा मैच आप इस डब्बे पे देख रहे हो।
फुल एचडी है जी, पूरे 55 इंच का है।
आपको पता नहीं एचडी चैनल्स नहीं तो आपका टीवी नहीं।
डब्बा है डब्बा अंकल का टीवी डब्बा, डब्बा है डब्बा अंकल का टीवी डब्बा।
आज ही नया एचडी सेट टॉप बॉक्स लगवाइए और देखिए आईसीसी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी बिल्कुल फ्री।
कबड्डी 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 कबड्डी
कबड्डी कबड्डी कबड्डी कबड्डी कबड्डी दूल्हे पंगा।
Game 1 Challenge 1000 Le Panga Vivo Pro Kabaddi starts 28th July. Witness 12 teams, biggest season and countless challenges only on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
Vivo Pro Kabaddi is presented by Vivo V5S in association with Bajaj Electricals.
I believe जब अपना ही बच्चा बोले, Mom, you're fat, you can't take it lying down. Never. 89 to 53 kgs, it takes a little heart. I believe I'll do a sub 430.
To win the most elusive Grand Slam, they'll have to beat their most formidable opponent, Clay. Because Clay doesn't care for champions. Catch the Roland Garros International Tennis Championships 2017 Women's Singles Semifinals live on Star Sports Select.
Yeah, if you just happen to be joining us, where were you? Because India have just recorded a fabulous 2-0 victory over their South Asian friendly neighbours, Nepal. Sandesh Jingan got them up and running at the hour mark. And 18 minutes later, the man who so often finds the back of the net for India did it once again, did it in the same place that he's done it before. JJ Lal Peklua just adding glitter to that victory, making it 2-0. Let's have a look at the first goal again. Ishfaq Ahmed alongside me and Antyagi in commentary. Chest down by JJ there, and a fabulous finish by the centre-back, Ishfaq Bhai.
Well, any top goal scorer will be proud of this kind of goal. You see, perfect volley by, like you said, JJ doing the fantastic left foot volley, and you have to appreciate him because he's not left-footed, he's a right-footed player, and great. You see what it means for him.
Yeah, that's an answer to the critics who say he doesn't have a left foot. Really beautiful finish. And that's the second one. Mohammad Rafiq with a head bandage, no less. Beautiful cross. And how expertly was that guided into the back of the net, Ishfaq? Just talk us through it.
See, you have to appreciate Rafiq coming from the midfield, beating players, and then producing that such a lovely pass to JJ, and JJ as cool as cucumber. You see, fantastic finish.
Yeah, it's the night of the double J's, isn't it? Jingan and JJ just adding glitter to what was a slightly unconvincing first half performance, but a more than convincing second half. And that's really what it was. And you can take a look at the next game next Tuesday on the Star Sports Network in Hotstar. 13 June, 6:30 p.m. we will be live. The game kicks off at 7 p.m. India versus Kyrgyz Republic. And that is the second of the third round matches for India if they are harbouring ambitions of qualifying for the AFC Asian Cup, Ishfaq.
Well, I think this was the perfect preparation for them, and they got a good result. They should carry the momentum, and that is the most important.
So fabulous night in Mumbai once again, just like it was against the Puerto Ricans. It has been the same against the friendly neighbours from South Asia, Nepal. A 2-0 victory for India courtesy of goals from the double J's, Jingan and JJ. And India winning this official friendly against Nepal by 2-0.
Thank you so much, sir.
ICC Champions Trophy, Pakistan versus South Africa. Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
The wait is over. The ICC Champions Trophy 2017 is upon us, and this week on ICC Cricket 360 we bring you an on-ground report as the teams touch down in England and Wales.
Looking to continue his good form in ICC tournaments, we speak to New Zealand opening batsman Martin Guptill.
And in one of his first interviews since retiring, Pakistan legend Yunus Khan reflects on the highs of his career.
Touchdown, England and Wales. 8 of the world's best teams are in town and have wasted little time in hitting the ground running this past week. The ICC Champions Trophy 2017 is upon us, and the sides have been keeping busy. Pre-event media activities, tournament headshots, signings, the official captain's press conferences, and a bit of fun thrown in the mix for all the order of the day. As expected, there was a huge buzz among the teams, all raring to go.
It's such an interesting tournament, such a short tournament, that on any given day, particularly in the one-day cricket, things can happen that might be out of your control and go one way or the other. So you do need to be hitting the ground running. We do have a very tough pool. Both pools are tough. So it's a very interesting tournament. Having played in it before, it goes very quickly, and with so many strong teams that are real contenders. Everyone is a real contender.
It's flattering to be favourites coming into a competition like this. Somebody must fancy us somewhere. We believe we have the potential to win, whether it's this trophy or the World Cup. It'd be nice to win both. But certainly you have to put in a lot of hard work and beat a lot of very good teams to lift the trophy.
We're a pretty balanced side. All the bowlers are bowling well, the batsmen are playing well. We got depth in batting, we got all-rounders, we got really good fast bowlers. It's just about execution now. You might have the best side in the world, but if you don't execute it, there's no point having that skill. So yeah, I think in a tournament like this, it all boils down to how you execute on the day.
For me, it's a very important tournament, and this is my first time in England. So last time when India came to England and won the Champions Trophy, I was as a youngster watching on the television and cheering for the team from India, and hopefully dreaming that one day probably I'll play for India and represent my country in the Champions Trophy as well.
This will be the third time the ICC Champions Trophy is being held in the United Kingdom, and be it training hard at the nets or getting used to the conditions with a few warm-up games, teams have fine-tuned their preparations. For some, it's a chance to stamp their authority on the world stage, while for others, the event poses a great opportunity to make a statement.
Yeah, we've got a really good chance. It's obviously a pretty cutthroat tournament. It's not like the World Cup where you've got a long stretch of games over a long period of time. It's a quick, short tournament. You've got to be on your game from ball one, so it's about making sure you're making the most of every opportunity, and I'm sure we've got the team to do that this tournament.
We are a pretty young, inexperienced team, but I think a few of us have played in England. Anyone can change a game at any given stage, and we've got the talent, we've got the skill in the team. It's just that we have to go out there and express ourselves.
The first target is to achieve this Champions Trophy. Pakistan has never won it, and I think the kind of team we have, we can definitely make a mark in this Champions Trophy. And with me, I want to finish my career on a higher note, not as higher as Wasim Wakar has done, but obviously I want to be named under them. So I need to make my team win.
15 matches in 18 days across 3 amazing venues in England and Wales. The stage is set for what promises to be the biggest ICC Champions Trophy ever. Stay tuned to our upcoming shows as we'll have regular highlights, features, interviews and a whole lot more from the tournament proper. Let the games begin. As the teams prepare to do battle at the ICC Champions Trophy, let's take a look at how they stack up in the MRF Tyres ICC ODI team rankings. It's in-form South Africa who occupy top spot, followed by the Aussies. Defending champions India are just a point behind Australia, closely followed by New Zealand and hosts England. Bangladesh have moved up in the rankings to 6th spot, leaving Sri Lanka and Pakistan in 7th and 8th respectively. Time for a short break on ICC Cricket 360, but there's still plenty more to come. We'll tell you how the ICC Champions Trophy got a royal welcome this past week.
And New Zealand opener Martin Guptill gives us his take on the current Black Caps team.
After a disappointing loss to India, Pakistan look to bounce back and keep their hopes alive as they get ready to face the #1 ODI side, who are high on confidence after their big win against Sri Lanka. ICC Champions Trophy, Pakistan versus South Africa, tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar.
This broadcast is co-presented by Nissan, Airtel, Hero MotoCorp, Samsung QLED TV, and Oppo Camera Phone. In association with CrickBuzz.com, Cadbury Fuse, and MRF Tires. In partnership with Byju's.
To win the most elusive Grand Slam, they'll have to beat their most formidable opponent, Clay. Because Clay doesn't care for champions. Catch the Roland Garros International Tennis Championships 2017 Women's Singles Semifinals live on Star Sports Select.
This broadcast is co-presented by S Cross in association with Tourism Australia, Cadbury Silk Oreo, and MRF Tires.
ICC Women's World Cup starts 24th June live on the Star Sports Network and Hotstar. No need to go anywhere else as we bring to you a one-stop destination for your daily dose of cricket. Everything you need to know about the World Cup of Champions. Only on Emirates Match Point. The day after every match on the Star Sports Network.
This week, South Africa women's captain Dane van Niekerk takes our quick-fire challenge.
Toughest opponent would be Elise Perry, bowling at her, and team best in the world, Australia. Favorite holiday destination would be Mauritius. The teammate that spends the most time in front of the mirror is Rosaline Daniels. Favorite cricket ground in the world would be the Sydney Cricket Ground. The teammate that has the best taste in music would be Chloe Tryon and probably Morrison Cup. My favorite dish is steak and probably would be chips, but these days it's steak and salad. 3 people I would invite to my birthday party, dead or alive, probably Nelson Mandela, my grandfather, and if Shane would come, I would invite him as well.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017 received a grand welcome this past week. His Royal Highness Prince Charles was at the Oval in London to officially launch the tournament. It was a beautiful summer's day in London, and our cameras were there to bring you all the action from the star-studded event.
Well, we're here at the Oval today at a lovely London afternoon, and Prince Charles is going to be in attendance here. We've got a sort of schools games going on, replicating the ICC Champions Trophy that is about to start in a week's time. So they're representing all the different teams from all the different nations, and it's just great to see the kids outdoors being nice and active.
It's going to be a great tournament, one of the benchmark events for the ICC, but also I think a great test for the one-day game to see exactly where it stands. This will be something that everyone's thirsting for and looking forward to. Some great sides in the tournament as well, and exciting cricket ahead.
ICC tournament, it's like a mini World Cup, and everybody wants to win this, and it's a big honor to win this ICC Champion Trophy. I think all teams wants to win. It's an exciting time, and we are ready for a great tournament.
It's one of the most unbelievable experiences in my life, playing in this tournament at the Oval in 2004. This year is even bigger and better than most years, so it's going to be an awesome experience for the players, for the fans, and for us former cricketers. And I'm really looking forward to see who's going to lift the trophy.
It's safe to say ICC Champions Trophy fever has taken over the United Kingdom. The build-up to the pinnacle event continued with some fun and games for kids in Cardiff. Here's a glimpse of the action. Enjoy.